Hi guys, you may have seen headlines saying the United States has banned robot vacuums. That sounds dramatic, but it is not quite what happened. On July 28, the Federal Communication Commission added foreign-produced advanced robotic devices to its covered list. In practice, this means qualifying products that had not already received FCC approval may no longer be able to enter the U.S. market through the normal authorization process. Models that were already approved can still be sold, used, and supported. And the bigger question is what happens to future products? A robot vacuum could still launch in Europe or Asia, while its US release is delayed, changed, or cancelled. If that becomes a wider pattern, American consumers may see fewer new models, slower product updates, and less competition. So far, however, major brands have not announced a broad change to their US product lines. So why are robot vacuums included? At first, many people assumed the rule was mainly about humanoid robots and robot dogs. But the official definition is much broader. It covers ground-based machines that can move on their own, respond to sensors, connect to a network, or use software or AI to control how they operate. Modern robot vacuums clearly fit that description. They map rooms, avoid obstacles, and return to their dock without direct human control. Many use LiDAR cameras, structured light, or infrared sensors. They also connect through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth and rely on software for navigation, app control, and cleaning decisions. The FCC has confirmed that qualifying robot vacuums can be covered by the rule. Robotic lawn mowers, pool cleaning robots, and other connected ground robots may also be affected. So why was the rule introduced? The policy is tied to concerns about data, cybersecurity, and supply chains. Connected robots can collect detailed information about homes and other physical spaces. Some use cameras, store maps, connect to cloud services, and receive remote commands. That raises questions about who can access the data, where the software comes from, and how dependent the US market is on overseas manufacturing. The rule also appears to support a wider push for more robotic manufacturing and investment inside the United States. So, can manufacturers still enter the US market? There is still another route. Manufacturers may apply for conditional approval, but this is not a simple certification process, and approval is not guaranteed. Companies may need to provide information about ownership, suppliers, software, manufacturing locations, supply chain risks, and future US investment. Some brands may apply for approval. Others may change suppliers, move part of their production, delay certain models, or decide that a separate US launch is not worth the cost. Those decisions will shape whether the US market continues to receive the same products as Europe and Asia, or starts following a different launch schedule. So what could this mean for replacement parts? The effect on replacement parts is less direct. If fewer new models enter the United States, existing approved machines may stay on sale and in use for longer. That could extend demand for filters, main rollers, side brushes, mop-pads, dust bags, and other parts used by established models. New model parts may face the opposite problem. Suppliers may be more cautious about stocking a highly specific brush, roller, or dock component until the machine is officially confirmed for the US market. This does not mean the entire parts market will suddenly grow or shrink. It simply means older established models may need support for longer, while parts for unconfirmed new products may require more careful inventory planning. The FCC rule has made the parts from a global product launch to a US retail release much less predictable. Over the next few product cycles, we will see whether brands can secure approval, adjust their supply chains, or continue bringing their newest machines to the United States. For the parts market, the effect will depend on those choices. Existing models may need support for longer, while new product inventory will increasingly depend on confirmed US availability, not just a global launch announcement.